We have 10 months. We have 10 months until this move abroad happens. I'm documenting my entire process, doing that from saving money to packing to researching, all of it. I'm taking you along with me because I have not seen too many, if any, channels kind of taking you through the entire process from this far in advance. So in my last video, I was talking a lot about my budgeting and how I'm doing with that and a lot of mindset things that had been coming up. But this month, we're actually going to be making some progress, and this video is going to be half me giving you an update and half vlog. So stick around for that so you can see actually what's happening for the rest of the month. So what's the update so far? In my last update video, I was talking about how I was a little bit nervous about December not being able to meet my savings goals because it's Christmas time, spending more money. And I didn't want to really take away from that because I want to make this Christmas special, being that it's potentially my last for a while with my family. So I didn't want to stress too much about the financials and saving and all of that. However, I did end up getting a freelancing client in November to where I did a lot of video editing and was able to make about $2,000 extra from that freelancing client. So with my savings, a lot of times when I have a paycheck and I have what I think is the amount that I'm going to be putting into my savings, I will kind of put that in, and if I need to take a little bit out to survive for the rest of the month, that's okay with me because it's kind of hard to know exactly how much to put into my savings to where I'll be okay with my regular paycheck. A couple times I put a lot in and then had to take a little bit out. Not that I'm spending money from this account, but that sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to get my car serviced, but I put that in there and I forgot I had to do that this month. So then I just transfer it back over. So my moving abroad savings, as of right now, with the extra $1,000 that I was able to put in from that freelancing work, it is now at $1,465. Yesterday, I was doing some research and I realized I have $1,400 that I could be putting somewhere right now. I don't have to just be hoarding it and waiting. That's not the point. In my head, I'm thinking I'm making these update videos where every single month I'm going to be putting more into this nest egg and it's going to keep growing and growing and growing. But in reality, it's like I have to tap into this to actually start making progress. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. We are going to be making some progress on my move abroad task list. So we have this pay in advance section on my move abroad budget. And this is all of the things that I have to get done before I move, right? These are things like booking the first Airbnb. I have to get my license renewed because that expires soon. And that's kind of like something that I'll need when I go abroad because I don't not want to have my US license. I have to get my passport renewed. I also will probably have to do a trip to the consulate and all of that to get my citizenship for Germany. My pet crate, the ticket, which I don't think is going to be $600. The ticket for the pet, I don't know how much that'll be either. I don't know if I'll need a car rental, but these are all things that I have put in place just in case. And then over here, I also have some things that I'll have to do maybe beforehand, like getting some pet supplies, visiting the vets. I also want to get some air tags for my dog. So these are just things that I think I could start tackling now with what I have saved already. You have to do a lot of research when it comes to moving abroad with a large dog. I'm so jealous if you're traveling with a little dog. I know it's still stressful, but they can come in the cabin with a dog, a large dog you have to take in cargo. And wow, that's probably the most stressful thing I could ever imagine in my life for myself and my dog. I would never leave my dog. He is for sure coming. So I was doing some research and this is the crate that I think I'm going to be getting. My dog, I measured him yesterday and he would fit in the 36-inch, but he weighs about 73 pounds. So this is for 50 to 70 pounds. And so we would need to get him this one for 70 to 90 pounds. It doesn't really matter if the crate is bigger. He has to be the right weight for that crate. I also was speaking to somebody who has done the move abroad with her German Shepherd. She ended up moving to France, a really small village in France. And she said that because one of the things when you're moving with a dog, and again, we'll make a video about this and talk all about it, is the logistics of once you land is so tough to think about. And people who don't have a large dog and, you know, maybe they're hosting interviews or something about this with people who are traveling with dogs, they don't think to ask these questions. But when you have a large dog, these are the questions you have. What do you do when you land? Where is your dog? How are you going to get your dog who's in the crate to a car, and in the car, do they stay in the crate? Do they come out of the crate? How are you as one person? This girl that I'm talking about, this woman, she was by herself. So how are you with a large crate with a dog in it who can't get out of the crate while you're in the airport? How are you traveling around with all of your suitcases and the dog and the crate when you have two hands? These are things like I stress about and like stay up at night thinking about. So she said that she ordered a crate dolly. She ended up ordering this one, which to me, I don't love the way that looks and it's quite expensive. I was like, oh, there's like a rope? What do you mean? But she said that it was a lifesaver when she was traveling in the airport with her dog. She actually had to get on a train with that. Her crate with a German Shepherd and her suitcase. I think she only brought one suitcase though. So I'm like, that's genius. I'm definitely going to be ordering a crate dolly. So this is the one that I think I'm going to try and get. It's just a heavy duty foldable push cart. It can hold 660 pounds. And then what I'm thinking about doing is ordering this set. It comes with some bolts for the crate in case I need them. Comes with a food storage little baggie that I could tape to the top of it. Also comes with a water funnel. It comes with some zip ties, a liner pad for the bottom, and some like things to keep him safe, name tags and stuff. So I think that would be really helpful. So I have that in my cart. And the other thing that I have are these tie down straps that I can attach the crate to the dolly while going around the airport. All right, here we are about to check out for my first major purchase towards this move abroad. This is actually a big deal for me anyway. To make myself feel better, I did add in a $13 shirt. Sue me for $360. This is such a big deal. Oh my gosh. Not a lot of people like to talk about money. I get it, but I'm trying to be super transparent here because I am doing this like by myself with working like 18-hour days just to try to make this move happen. So like taking on more jobs than I would ever think I'd want to, just to have extra to put in my savings. So no help, just doing this on my own. I was speaking with somebody who had done the move abroad with her dog, and she had to do some connecting flights when she moved. And she said she would rather have the stress on her dog for one day than to have him take a train for like 7 hours after getting off the first flight, or like a 6-hour car ride, and just to do it all in one shot and then be done with it. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I think I kind of agree, even though transferring would be so horrifying and scary for me. If I get him an air tag, if I fill out all of the paperwork, like the travel kit kind of gave me a little bit of reassurance because it has obviously his name on the tag, has my name, my phone number, it has the flight itinerary, and you just add all this stuff so that he is safe, and if anything ever happened, he would be okay and make his way back to me. With that said, that would also take off the $1,300 car rental estimate that I put into the pay in advance section of my budget, because I was thinking if I had to fly into Vienna as a one-way, rent a car with Snowy and all my stuff, I'd have to leave the car. I can't return it. I'd rather not do that because that'll cost me so much extra stress that like I think together one day me and him can just handle it all and just do it. But then if I don't have to have the $1,300, then my moving abroad costs go a way down. So right now we can take off the car rental because I'm going to do a connecting flight. We're going to do the pet supplies. I can take that off. I'm going to take the pet crate off. I'm actually really looking forward to the crate coming because I think having it so far in advance, I can kind of take away his other crate because I just use one crate for his bed. He likes to sleep in there. I never close it, but he likes to have his little space, so I could switch them, hopefully get him used to this new crate and new smells. And if I have that dolly, I could put the crate on it with him in it, close it, and just wheel him around the apartment and get him used to that. That might actually be kind of funny. I'm sitting here just inspired to start looking at what it would take to renew my passport because I've never had to do that. I also have a guest, Snowy. Are we gonna go to Poland or Germany? My passport expires in 2027, but I just want to renew it now because I don't know, I feel like it'll be kind of complicated to do it when I'm abroad. So dang, that's one ugly passport picture from 2017. That is actually insane. Then I have to get my passport photo. And I'm gonna email this to my mom so she can print it because I don't have a printer. So my goal is to get my driver's license renewal done this week and to also submit my passport renewal application as well, so that I don't have to think about it anymore and it can just be a task done off my list before the new year starts, getting started on the right foot because I have some money saved, so why not tap into it? I think it was just kind of this weird realization being like, wait, I don't have to wait until I have this lump sum of money. I can actually start making progress on this now because I've been trying to save money, and that's like the whole point. This makes me really happy that I'm actually making some steps, and it's kind of scary because it feels like it's real now, especially ordering Snowy's crate. It made it feel all the more real. So I'm sitting in a new spot today, and that's because I had to switch rooms around. I had to switch my bedroom with my office. The reason being a load of squirrels. I cannot give you any more context than that, but yeah, squirrels. So anyway, I am making some progress today. I'm actually really excited. So this week I have off of work. I have taken some time off, for the holidays. And so I figured, why not try to get as much done as I can that I'm able to. So one of the things that I'm working on budgeting for is my dog's health. Snowy has had health issues since I got him. At first he was always diagnosed with colitis, and we didn't know what was causing this. Like, he would have these really urgent bathroom breaks where he'd diarrhea and there'd be blood, and then he'd be throwing up and just diarrhea and throwing up all day for like a very consistent amount of time. There'd be like certain consistencies within the diarrhea, like mucus, and it'd be orange. And he had this every couple weeks, and then it started to become so frequent, like every 2 weeks, and then every 1 week, and it just almost felt like it was so never getting better. And back in May, when I went to Turkey, the day before, he had an episode, and it was so bad, and I had to leave my mom with Snowy having this major episode. And it just made me feel like I'm never going to be able to move abroad because my dog is sick. And it made me truly, like, every time I was researching a place, I had to think of, is there grass nearby? Are the sidewalks, is there grass? Because he's going to be having these episodes all the time. Like, what am I going to do? And then I was thinking, well, how am I even going to get there? Because I guarantee the day that I'm supposed to go, he's going to have an episode, and then I'm not going to be able to fly. And it's just so unpredictable. So since May, he actually has gotten a lot better. And we did figure out what the cause was, which is good. It's this specific type of bacteria in his gut that if you have over a certain amount, you're definitely going to start to see these symptoms. And I think it was like over 100,000 of these bacteria, and he had over like 4 million. So it was crazy, and I feel so bad for this poor pup. You can actually like hemorrhage because of how much is going on in the stomach. So I just felt really bad for him. He was always in pain. So every single time I had to deal with that, it was very expensive. Like, getting the medication, it was at least like $300 plus the vet visit, which would be a couple $100 extra. And then every 2 weeks, it'd be $75 for this very specific like probiotic that he would have to take. And so I just was like, you know what? I'm going to save money in my move abroad savings to deal with his health issues, to get it set once and for all. So today, I'm going to send off a stool sample, which is over $300 for this specific test, so that they can see what his levels are in this bacteria, and then hopefully we'll get the medication to just wipe it out for good, because it's definitely a lot better. And then I also scheduled his appointment for him to get his health visit, like his vaccines and stuff. And there is when I'm going to tell them all about the move abroad and try to figure out how to, get him in the best shape possible, and also what I have to do to be able to take him abroad. I know there are certain things with like getting the rabies vaccine, which he's supposed to actually be getting in 2 weeks, but I think it has to be more recent than that for the move. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to talk to them about it, but we're gonna go drop that off now. So I'm gonna take you with me. I know it's not exciting doing a stool sample for my dog, but at least it's progress. And I'm just excited that I actually can like easily afford this because I've been building this move abroad savings. So very exciting stuff. I'm excited to get my dog healthy for this move. So when I called before to come in with that, I scheduled an appointment for just a visit for his shots and everything. Okay. But I was thinking, so next fall, Snowy and I are moving to Europe. And I know this is USDA certified and can do all that.
You need to call the airline.
Okay.
And you need to call where you're going to, and you need to know what exactly, and the airline, what exactly they need.
Okay.
Some, they need the rabies like a month.
Okay.
Everybody, all the airlines have different, what they need.
It's the airline, not the country.
The airline. And you might want to do the country also.
Okay. Okay.
Dr. does that, so don't worry about that.
That's
but
good.
You need to call and you need to prepare ahead of time.
Okay.
And figure out what they need.
Okay.
So call the airline first and say, this is when I'm leaving. And then I would call your destination. You're going to need to know where you're going, the phone number and all that, where you're going to be. And
like the vet there?
Yes.
Okay.
And find out what they need.
Hi, Snowy. Well, ladies and gentlemen. What are you watching? You're watching Yes Theory? I brought your poopy to the vet. We're very happy that Snowy didn't have to come this time because Snowy was a good boy and his tummy's feeling better. So as you heard from the woman at the vet's office, she suggested that I talk to the airline and see what their specific requirements are. And I'm definitely like 99% sure I'm flying with Lufthansa. So I'll ask them. What are you saying? And then what I'm going to do, I think like later this week or even tonight, is go on to different Facebook groups and see if people can recommend a specific vet in Krakow that speaks English that could give me some information about what he needs in order to be able to go there from the US, like how far in advance he needs to get the rabies vaccine. Either way, I'm pretty sure he still has to get his vaccine done at his next appointment, which is the 31st of December. So what I'm actually going to do is go onto my budget that I've been, using for this whole thing. And I'm going to go to the actual cost and move section, which I just created, so that I can keep track of how much it actually costs me to move. Because I obviously have it so set up in my head that it's going to cost like $11,000, $10,000, when I know it's not going to cost that much, but I'm just factoring in all of the different things that are happening at the same time, like moving costs and moving out costs and, subscriptions and debt payments that I'm still paying at the same time. But I did think that Snowy's stool sample was going to be closer to $300 because I'm pretty sure I did pay that in the past, but maybe I was paying for that and like a bunch of other medications at the same time. He has cost me a lot of money. This is why I've never been able to move, because one, he's always sick, and two, anytime I have savings, most of the time when I'm draining it, it's because of his vet visits. So we're not gonna have that happen this time. So it was $187. 187. We have his crate. We have supplies for the airline. We have the crate dolly. We have this tie-down straps. I'm also getting my license renewed tomorrow. I'm getting my passport renewed tomorrow. I'm getting passport photos done tomorrow. And then we did his PCR test. This is the state of my office right now. It is a major disaster because I was switching. This used to be my bedroom, and then last night I switched it with my office. So I have a ton of crap all over the place. And I just switched out the closet, so this is going to be more of my tubs and stuff that are actually all over here that have to go in the closet. But I decided, since I have all of this out, I'm going to go through a little bit of it and just see what I feel like I can get rid of now, or feel like I can donate now or sell now, because each time I do this, I get so overwhelmed and I'm just like, I'll deal with it another time. But I'm like, okay, I can at least deal with a little bit of it. The one thing that's actually stressing me out a lot, and I can just do this today, that's gonna be my task, is Selling my drone. I have used this maybe like 3 times in my life. I got too scared to fly it. Every time I fly it kind of far, it ends up like having to emergency land, and it's the most stressful thing ever, and I can't deal with it anymore. But I have to update it and see if it works, because I'm not going to sell it if it's not updated and doesn't work. So I feel like I could get a decent amount of money for this, but I just have to figure out how to update it, and that's the thing that's stressing me out, because I'm gonna have to charge everything and then turn it on and try to fly it in my apartment and see if I can even just get it to work. The other thing I'm going to sell is this dog gate, I guess, fence, whatever you want to call it, as well as this YouTube camera mic that I have. So I'm thinking about selling these now because it's Christmas time, right? So I'm like, the best time to sell it would be like someone would probably want to give it as a gift, especially like this drone. If I can get it to turn on, I'm sure I can. This is actually what I'm most kind of sad to sell or get rid of, and I don't think I'm ready to do it yet, but I'm not going to use it, I'm sure. It's my sewing machine. So I have my sewing machine in here, and I also have this jewelry making kit that I asked for Christmas once that I never got around to using. So I feel like this could also make a really great Christmas gift because it comes with everything, like all sorts of jewelry making tools, like a saw, ring sizers, like it comes with so much stuff. So I could sell that. I never used it. It comes with a torch. But then I have my sewing machine, which is what I'm more sad about because I love this thing. And I keep telling myself I want to make more of my own clothes, but I never do. My sewing stuff, if you didn't know, I actually went to FIT, which is the Fashion Institute of Technology. And I didn't go for fashion design, but while I was there, I was like, I want to change my major, and I wanted to apply for fashion design, which I did, and I didn't get in, but I taught myself how to design clothes and how to sew and everything, and I just fell in love with it. So yeah, right now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take photos of my drone and the jewelry making kit and list those on Facebook Marketplace and just see what happens. I'm going to also update the DJI. I listed the jewelry making set, and now when I was going through all of the clothes in my room to put them in my closet, I came up with a pile of clothes that I'm just ready to donate. Things that I'm not gonna wear again, things that just don't fit anymore. So it's time to take them to the donation bin, and this is hard for me, just so you know. I'm like very attached to my things. So getting rid of things is not easy. So I'm heading to get my passport photos taken today. This is the best I could come up with. Just this is gonna be my passport for like the next, what, 10 years. So I had to make sure I looked okay. I'm also getting my license renewed, so I have to take a new picture. So it's just government picture day. I hope this is good. I haven't had to make myself up like this since, you know, picture day in school. So this is what we're going with. I hope I have everything. I'm kind of stressing out. I have to get my real ID, the one that like lets you fly throughout the States. I don't know. It's a lot of documents that you need, but hopefully I have them all. I have no idea where the DMV is. It's in the mall. That was the easiest DMV trip I've ever done in my life. And it's been a while since I've been to a DMV, but that was very fast. I'm so impressed. It took like 5 minutes when I got to the counter. I was finally able to retake my picture, which I'm pretty sure I was 18 years old when I had that picture taken, and then I just renewed it, and I don't think I took a picture the last time. So I don't know. It was a long time ago that I had to take a photo for my license. So I'm really proud. Okay, so we got that done. It was about $65, and then I have to go back to mail off my passport stuff because I needed my passport at the DMV. So now I'm going to have to mail off my passport with the passport application to renew it and the check that I got earlier today. And I like to do things like this all in just one day, because if I were to spread out all of these annoying things over a couple days, it would just be so much more stressful. Like the fact that I went to the post office and they were like, "Oh, your appointment, we don't actually do photos here, so you made an appointment at a place that doesn't take appointments." I don't know. So they're like, "You have to go to this other location." And then I went to that other location and they said, "Oh, we don't take walk-ins." But meanwhile, there's a sign that says takes walk-ins. I don't know. Meanwhile, the lady was like, "But she has a confirmation. She has an appointment. They just sent her here." And I had to kind of bicker a little bit, and I got my way. I was able to get my pictures taken. But my pictures actually look like they have a filter on them. They're kind of strange, but I'll show you when I get home. I just got back to my apartment after all of that, and I'm so proud of myself. I got so much done. This move is officially on the move. It's happening. Ah! Okay. You may hear Snowy chewing his bone down there, but I am so happy because, okay, we got the passport photos done today. I did the application. I just mailed it off. So it should be there on Saturday. I got priority mail and all that. So I think I also picked to get it in about 2 weeks. So I should be getting my passport back in 2 weeks. And then I renewed my license this morning. I was able to get those headshots. I was able to get the passport photos, and they gave me 2 of them. So I have this extra one right here, which I'm pretty sure I could just use for my German one when I get that, unless they take photos of me, I don't know. But it's kind of funny because it looks like there's a filter on it. I don't understand how a passport photo from the post office could have a filter on it, but doesn't it look like it? I mean, maybe there's some funky camera settings, but I feel like my head is small. I don't know. So we did that. Today, Snowy's crate comes. We get a bunch of things in the mail from Amazon. Another thing that I did order with my savings is a textbook for Polish, because I know some of you are coming in and out of different videos. Here's the plan. My plan is to move to Poland. I'm going to spend 1 year in Krakow just saving. Then I'm going to, hopefully, God willing, go get my master's degree at the university there in one of their European heritage courses, because that's obviously what my business is now. I help people apply for citizenship through descent in Europe to help them reconnect with their heritage and develop a new sense of freedom. So Poland is the first destination. After that, I obviously would love to go to Germany, but I'll be able to travel to Germany when I'm in Poland. And then I'll be able to see which city feels like home to me, because I obviously can't do that when I'm not there. And I don't want to, I know Germany is a little bit more expensive than Poland, so I don't necessarily want to make the move to a really expensive city and not have it feel like it's the right place for me. So another thing that I'm doing today is I have a couple people coming to pick up some things that I'm selling. You guys, I made so much progress. December is when things are starting to get real. So the first thing that I have someone coming to pick up today is just a Polaroid camera. I should have listed this for more. I listed it for $10 because I didn't know if anyone would, because I hate having things listed on there for a long time. Just like sell it really quick. So I listed this, and I just literally just heard my thing go off. I have so many messages coming in about it. Cool. So somebody's actually coming to pick up the other thing that I'm selling right now, which are these. I have mentioned before, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm a little bit witchy. My family comes from like the Black Forest area, and hello, that's where Grimm's fairy tales come from. So I feel like it's in my blood to be a little bit into like this kind of stuff. But I have a ton of books that are like magic and moon stuff. So I'm gonna take the things that are so special to me. So I'm just parting my ways with things that I just don't use. I've never used these. I just thought they were really pretty. So I have these beautiful books that I'm selling. These are also really popular books. So I'm selling The Song of Achilles, which I read and is amazing. Funny story, I read this, didn't love it. I don't really like contemporary romance. And then The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is another really popular book. That was awesome. Another thing that I'm selling, which I thought would be awesome for Christmas, is this Taylor Swift style book. So it has all of the different eras that she's done and her style and fashion. So it's a good coffee table book, or for people who like really love fashion like myself, it's a good one. I listed this for maybe like $10 and it's sold for $35. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up Snowy's crate, his old one that I don't use because I have two, and sell that one, list that one online, because I feel like that another dog could get really good use out of that, because we're going to be getting his new one today and we don't need 3. It's a few hours later, but I'm out of breath. I just ran up and down my 3 flights of stairs, but I sold Snowy's crate somehow. Like, oh my gosh. So this lighting is so not good, but I listed Snowy's crate for 30 minutes. I already sold it. 40 bucks. I'm realizing I underprice things because I don't want them to be on there forever. But so I made $50 so far. I have somebody else coming to get that camera for another $10. I did so much today. I'm so proud of myself. I listed these things. I'm charging up the drone. I'm charging up all of the different pieces of it. Like, you have to charge the remote controller, you have to charge the actual drone, you have to charge the battery. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna update it. And I think when I come back on Thursday, I'll test it out and then list it maybe for like $150. I'm just so excited. I did a lot today and I'm proud of myself for that. It's not easy to do all of the annoying bureaucratic things in one day. I am home. I went to New York City yesterday, had an amazing time with my mom. I'm so tired. We got home at like 3 a.m. because our train was delayed. They had to swap out the engine. Snowy's crate was delivered yesterday. Who was going to tell me this thing weighs like 70 pounds? It is so heavy. I wonder if it says how much okay, I'm exaggerating. It's 27 pounds. But I don't know why I thought it was gonna be so much lighter. This thing is huge. I'm about to sit down and just put these things in there, but I don't know how people assemble this and disassemble this in an airport. It is so heavy. I'm gonna have to like be sitting down with, I don't know. There's also no instructions. Is there? Oh wait, what's this? Oh, there is, okay. If you guys end up needing a crate like this for whatever reason, if you're moving abroad with a large dog, I'm gonna leave the one that I got in the description. It's huge, but it'll do the job. I just don't know how I'm gonna get it to do the job because this is so heavy. Just like awkwardly big too. Here's the crate. It's humongous. I was able to put it together. This is where you would put zip ties here and all the corners. He's so tired. He spent 2 days at his grandma's house with his brother, so he's tired. But this is how it looks. I'm just gonna, oh, it opens with this, I think. You push it, and then twist it, and then it opens. Let's see if he'll go in. Look at that. Is that a bed? What is it? Go Here, I'll give you a cookie. Go on. Good boy. Go on. You can go in. Go inside. Go get it. Go get it. Good boy. What do you think? Good boy. It's a bed. You can go in here. Good boy. Get the cookie. Yay. Good boy. You can go all the way in. You want to go in? Go on. Go on. Lift your paw. Up, up. Go on. Yay. Good boy. Good. Go get it. Good boy. Yay. That's a good boy. Yes. He did it all by himself. What a good boy. What do you think? Good boy. Look at that. You're gonna go get it. Go get it. Yay! Good boy. He got a cookie. Can you lay down? Down. Down. Yay! What a good boy. You are such a good boy. There's a pancake still. Okay. It's heavy. Oh my goodness. That's a big one. Let's see here. I can't do that. This is it. It's pretty big. It's actually so heavy. It's heavy. I live on the 3rd floor too, so I obviously don't need to put the wheels on now, but they are here. I have them. What do you think of this? You're gonna have to be on here. It's crazy because I was thinking I could put him in the crate on this and wheel him around. There is no way I will be able to do that. He weighs 75 pounds. That crate weighs almost 30 pounds. So there's no way I'm going to be able to do that myself. You're so brave. Oh my goodness. You're so brave. What is this? I'm selling my drone. I charged it all up. I was working all on it. I was trying to do the update on the drone and of course couldn't get it to work. I was able to at least charge everything and get everything to turn on and get it to connect to the controller and to the app and all that. But there was a firmware update that I could not get to work. And I kept thinking, like, people would pay for this drone even if the firmware doesn't work. Like, I could sell it as is. Like, this is like a barely used drone. If you can figure out how to do this, because I don't have the patience to do it, if you can figure out how to update it and get it to work, it's like a $500 drone. I listed it on Facebook Marketplace, gave the whole story, like barely used DJI Mavic Mini, but needs firmware update to work. And then I just kind of said like how I couldn't get it to work, I don't have the patience for it, but if you do, you can have it for $50. So that's what I'm doing. I have somebody coming in a few minutes to get my drone for 50 bucks. I think that's an awesome deal. Even if they can't get it to work, I bet they could sell it for more than $50 and get someone else to do it. So it comes with like the bumpers and everything. Like this could be, I was honestly hoping to get like $150 for it, but I really don't care that much. As long as I can get it out of my house, because that is one of the things that is stressing me out. It's like I have this drone that I have to sell and I have to update it. And I know the update's not gonna work. And then I'm gonna have to charge everything and turn it on. And the drone, ugh. And I also feel like if you're trying to sell a drone that's really cheap, you're less likely to get scammed, because I know a lot of people who get scammed for tech items. I even got scammed like 10 years ago trying to sell a camera. Anyway, listed these for $10 as a set. I'm listing like so many fun things. This histamine reset plan book. It's like anti-inflammatory recipes. I made 50 bucks from that guy and he was kind of cute. So yay. And that means I have $100 for my move abroad savings. That's amazing. An extra 100,000. Freudian slip, maybe. So this is where we're going to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We got so much done in December. I'm actually so proud of myself. I know I said that a few times in this video, but for being so far in advance, we got a lot done. And I'm about to start my next video for January, and you guys, more things have been happening. I'm so excited for you to hear in that next update video what I've been doing and what happens next. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of these updates. We are about to enter the 9-month mark. It's happening. So give this a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to stick around for the entire journey, and I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye.